everyone. I want to once again welcome you to Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Today we're going to be making fried macaroni and cheese bites. I know what you're saying, but every restaurant I go to have their version. So I'm going to do a quick and easy version. Well, not real quick, but much easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese and I'm going to cook it down. And when it's cooked, I'm going to add my own cheese to it. So this is a cup of shredded Colby Jack cheese. That's the flavor that I like, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this macaroni and cheese to boil. I'm going to put it in there and boil it the allotted time that's on the box. The box says to boil it 7 to 8 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to use the sauce packet. Even though I'm going to add cheese to it, I'm going to use this sauce packet just so I don't have to do all that other rigmarole stuff. And after we get it cooked down, we are going to put it in this pan lined with parchment paper. Once we get this cooked, we're going to add the cheese to it and we're going to add bacon bits to it. What I did was fried up a couple of pieces of bacon and crumbled it up. So we're going to add these two things once we get the mac and cheese done. So once we get the macaroni done. So let me get the macaroni done and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so the macaroni is done. So I'm going to drain it. I'm going to drain it there. And get it all drained, and I'm going to put it back in the pot once I get all this water off of it. There we go. We're going to put it back in the pot, and then we're going to make it as usual, like you make macaroni on the stove top, macaroni and cheese. We're going to take, turn that off for a minute. I'm going to take, the package says 4 tablespoons of butter and a 1/4 cup of milk. So let me get the butter and we're going to put the butter in here. So guys, are you making these recipes and testing them out for yourself? And if so, does your family like it? Please let me know, because the only reason I'm doing this is because I want to help people learn how to cook. You know, a lot of people eat a lot of restaurant food, and just sometimes your family just wants a home cooked meal. And a home cooked meal can be super easy. So make the recipes, like my videos, and leave me comments and let me know how it turned out, because I'm really interested in what y'all think about them once you make them. So now, all right, we're going to melt the butter in here. And we're going to add the milk with it, a 1/4 cup of milk. You make the macaroni and cheese just like the instructions on the box. Okay, then we're going to add the cheese sauce. Okay, let's get that cheese sauce in there. Man, I used to love this when I was a little kid, just plain old macaroni and cheese. But you know, these new chefs come up with these newfangled things, and I like is not as strong a word as I want to use. I love the fried mac and cheese because it's just so delicious. So now we're going to add this cup full of shredded cheese. I grated it myself. It's grated cheese. So we're going to mix it all in there. Look how yum-delicious that looks. Oh my gosh. Look at it. That is delicious. Making all that noise, I'm sorry. So now that I have it all melted, I'm going to put it in this prepared dish. I'm just going to put it in here because later on we're going to cut it into little squares. So we're going to put it in here. And we're going to put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes until it gets hard. We want it to get hard because we want to cut it into pieces. And then we're going to roll it in the ingredients that I've made. So there you go. That's how you do the mac and cheese with the additional cheese in it. And now I'm going to put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. Then we'll get back and do the next step. Okay, so I've got the macaroni and cheese out of the freezer. I think it is hard enough to cut it up in squares. So I'm gonna lift it out on the parchment paper. That's why we use the parchment paper. And then I'm gonna take a knife and I'm gonna cut it in some pieces. Just like so. Cut it into some bite-sized pieces. It's not quite really frozen really hard, but once I dip it back into the mixture to bread it, then we'll put it in the freezer for a little while longer, just to get it nice and hard. So yeah, we make these little bite-sized pieces, like so. Okay, so now this is what we're gonna do. This is a cup of flour. We're gonna take a cup of flour. We're gonna add a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna add a teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, because you know I like stuff spicy. And we're going to whisk it all together so we can season up the flour. And now we're going to rinse this off, so I don't want to get flour in the egg. We're going to whisk the egg like so. And the panko breadcrumbs I've already seasoned. I seasoned those with salt, pepper, cayenne, and onion powder. So what we're going to do is, let me get some parchment paper. Sorry about that. Because I need to put some more parchment paper in this, because we're going to put it back in the freezer once we get it bread up. Get that there. Put that there like that. Okay. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take one piece, roll it in the flour, dip it in the egg and roll it in the egg, and then roll it in the breadcrumbs. So there we go. We got that rolled in the breadcrumb, and we're going to put it on that parchment paper. We're going to do this for each one of them. Put it in the flour, dip it in the egg, and roll it in the breadcrumbs. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to put the bacon bits. So I am going to sprinkle the bacon bits on top of it. And we'll have that mixed in some way. But normally you're supposed to put the bacon bits in the mixture when you're making the macaroni. My bad. But I'll still get the bacon in it right here, because we're going to roll the piece with the bacon on it in the flour. I'm going to get it all in there together in the flour, just like so. We're going to roll it in the egg, just like so. Then we're going to roll it in the breadcrumbs. And I think we need more than one egg. I don't think one egg was enough. So I'm going to roll that in the breadcrumbs. And I'm going to set it there. And I'm going to continue to do that until I get them all done. And then I'll get back with you. Okay, I'm done frying them. Like I say, you fry them anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes, 2 minutes on each side. I still have this over here because I have another batch to make, but I just wanted to show you how delicious they look. Look at them. So I'm going to break one open. Look, it looks so good. So hot though. Let me just blow on it. This is so delicious. Oh my gosh. I will let you to taste it. Just make your own. It's perfect. So I want to thank you guys for joining me again for Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Join me next week when we'll venture into a new recipe. Make sure you try this recipe out. Let me know how you like it. And don't do like I do. Remember, when you're putting the macaroni together with the butter and the cheese and everything, don't forget to put the bacon in it like I did. Thank you so much. Y'all subscribe to my page, Kathy's Creole Kitchen, and like my videos. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.